Okay, now this question is an important one in terms of just making sure you're reading the question. Now, this was a 7-mark question, which means there's a lot of stuff they were looking for. So, first thing I'd be highlighting, and I would highlight through my HSC, the use of CFCs has caused ozone depletion in the stratosphere. Explain the steps that have been taken to reduce this problem. Include relevant chemical equations in your answer. So, first thing you would have had to talk about is the actual use of CFCs in terms of ozone depletion. Okay, that's part one of the question. Now, for this question here, because it is an explain question, you needed to talk about the cause and the effect in terms of steps taken. Okay, so I would make it really clear as to why those steps were required in terms of the use of CFCs. Okay, make sure you're very explicit in terms of the detrimental effect, and then go into the effect of the actual steps themselves. Okay, now there was a couple of important things to take into account with this. First thing, it says include relevant equations. When it says equations, and it is a 7-mark question, this one required 3 equations. If you only put in 2 equations, maximum they could possibly give you is 5 marks. So hopefully that's clear to you. You needed to make sure for 7 marks you actually included extra of those. Now, in terms of explaining the steps taken to reduce the ozone depletion, things you could have included is the fact that we're now using HCFCs, and as part of that, I would be really clear in relating to, first of all, the problem with the chlorine-free radical in the atmosphere. But then I would also talk about, in terms of the steps taken, making sure that it was really clear to the markers that it's the hydrogen-carbon bond that is very reactive in the lower atmosphere that's actually allowing it to be used up before it reaches the stratosphere. And I would include a relevant chemical equation for that.